Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Portfolio Investigations. Today we're investigating Apple portfolios. Yes, I have hunted down the best portfolios from designers at Apple. We're also going to take a look at Jony Ive's portfolio, who is the king of Apple design, and he's the legendary designer behind products like the first Mac or even the first iPhone. Today we're going to check out what makes Apple designers so special, what makes their portfolios unique from everyone else. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the investigation. Alright, so the first portfolio comes from Pinto Shine. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it right, but Pinto Shine here is a designer at Apple India. And in this case, he is not completely self-taught. He has done his Bachelor's of Design in Communication Design, which does give him an upper hand in this case. Now, his portfolio is more on Behance than anywhere else, which goes to prove that you don't always have to have a website. Now, his Behance portfolio is full of definitely his achievements, where he's worked at before. But apart from that, let's take a look at his first project, which is seamlessly a health app. Not sure if this was created for commercial purposes or not, but if it was, it's brilliant looking. From the first view, you can see some of the screens which showcases the final product. And he has also given a tagline. What is this app all about? Health RX is a complete solution for all your healthcare needs, which kind of puts everything in perspective. He's also stated what the company does. So before you move on with the product, you have to state what the business or company is doing. He's looking at target users, personas. Personas are extremely simple. He's not made something fancy with 10 different images. That is something you don't really need. He's done comparator analysis of actual real products. So this is important to do with any portfolio or any project. And for every final page or every final product, he has given a concise summary of why he's done this and for what purposes something has been done. For example, location search bar, he gives a complete description of why he's put it there. We believe that allowing users to quickly view and use their current location is essential to access. So he's basically defining why this has been done and if there is any research or anything backing it up. This is a great way of actually putting visual design in front. You can put a final product as long as you have a description of what you've done and why you've done it. One thing you might have noticed is that it's not done in your traditional sense of a case study. You don't need to always follow the rules. Most senior designers or designers in a company will be able to understand just with a small description. So the next portfolio is of Sanjay Das, an Indian who stays in the United States. He is the UX lead at Apple. This portfolio is important because it will show you how these big guys, these leaders, these managers have their portfolios laid out. Again, he shows in his entire work history, where he's worked at, his schooling, his college, everything. One thing that got me interested is that he's done his MBA as well as his computer science degree, and that's it. He hasn't gotten deeply into UX UI with any degrees. At this point, I'm confident enough that he is pretty much self-taught. Whatever he's done through certification and with experience. So I'll quickly go to his website. I like the fact that he has a website. Of course, his website is very simple. You have home, bio, about, portfolio. I'm going to click on portfolio for now. One thing I've noticed with most designers in these large companies is that they all have their projects up front and that's it. They don't get into hi-fi designs, a lot of description, portfolio, this, that. They just show you their projects and that's it. Quickly, we're going to check out his latest one he has on his portfolio, which is Audit and Inspection Management System. Again, a quick and nice description of what the company does or what the clients want. A quick showcase of the final product that came out to be. And you've noticed this before, most designers of this caliber have a short description of what they did and why they did it. He also has a bunch of wireframes, style guides, etc. Just to show to the designers that, okay, I am a full-fledged designer. I can create wireframes as well as final design. Apart from this, again, it's not one of your traditional portfolios or case studies. It's pretty different. It's concise and short. Another great thing to add to your portfolio always is testimonials. He has actually added testimonials to his website where people who he has worked with, his older clients, people from other companies who have worked with him, have all given testimonials of various kinds of how helpful he was or how he works. This gives a great impression to your current employer or your next employer. Not everyone checks the recommendation sections of LinkedIn. They often just check your portfolio, and if this is there, if any form of testimonial is there, it's great. So next time you're doing a project, even a solo project, and if you can take testimonials from somebody, that will be great. And everything else is standard, contact, about, it's more or less the same. Now pay attention to this next portfolio. It's from Sam Weiler, who is a UX designer at Apple. Again, someone who is credible, someone already has a bunch of jobs he's done before his Apple journey. He's worked at Walt Disney, which is a huge achievement in itself. And again, he has his own portfolio website, which I really appreciate. And the best part about this portfolio is the headline of the portfolio. Sam Weiler is a product designer and technologist currently working from home and social distancing. Isn't this great? You're showcasing what you have achieved in life. You're a product designer, that's your profession. Technologist, which means you're really focused on technology, which is great. Currently working from home and social distancing. This kind of gives a status to your future employers or just people who want work from you. It just showcases that you're working from home, that you are up for remote work. If you are a designer who's okay with remote work, make sure you mention it as a headline in the portfolio. This is one of the most unique headlines I've ever seen. Again, after that, there is an extensive about me. He showcases his journey. Whatever he would say in an interview, he said here. I kind of like it. I wish it was shorter, to be honest. People will always go to this tab called work. I love how simple and clean this website is. Sam Weiler, work. As you can see up front, final products. Another unique thing about this is the roles he's taken up in each organization or each project. Here, as you can see under Walt Disney Imagineering, he has product UX designer. Under Initiative app, he has one-man design and development team, which gives him a lot of props. He also has designer and JS developer under Jefferson and a bunch of other roles he's taken up, which really showcases that he can do both tech, coding, and design. So again, he gives a good overview of what the company does or what the project is. Just in one word, he's trying to define what product this is. Once you start going down, you see a bunch of screenshots just to kind of give you an overview of what the product is. Internal style guide. So he is referring to a style guide used by Disney. If you have used any style guides, any UI kits, whatever it is, make sure you've given it. If you reference it, people will know, okay, he has utilized this style guide well. If I go down a little more, you can see automation testing platform. He's shown user flows. He's shown the journeys of the user, how he'll go from one state to the other. He's also shown a bunch of wireframes, which look like very rough wireframes, but comes out very well. Another portfolio where I don't see the original scheme of things, the entire design process just stuffed in. Again, if you aren't following a design process completely, you don't have to showcase it. If you have mentioned that you're just a UI designer, you don't have to showcase user research. If you've stated that you have done user research on the project, make sure you have research work there. Again, depends on what work you have done. He's also showcased resume. I see some people missing this in their portfolio. Make sure you have a resume attached, just in case they want to also take out a print of your resume. Now let's move on to another Indian who is a great designer who all of you guys already know of, is Jony Vino. Jony Vino is an Indian who is working in United States. He is an interaction designer at Apple, and that's all I'm going to talk about him. As you can see, he's showcased where he's worked at, Microsoft, Techian, Apple, great companies to work for. He's also showcased that he's done his master in fine arts in interaction design, so that gives him an upper hand. Now, if I go to his contact info, I can see a website right here, jonyvino.com, which is an exceptional website you'll see in a second. Now, unlike other websites, this is an actual fully well thought of designed website with a bunch of illustrations, a bunch of nice messages. Humanize the design. A nice header like we saw with the previous portfolio is always such a great deal. Quickly, he showcases where he's worked at so that people know that he's a credible person. He's also showcased an app a day, the work he used to do on Dribbble. I'm not sure where you've gone, Jony. If you're seeing this video, let me know in the comments whether you'll be coming back to the game or not. Apple rating and photos. He's straight up gotten to his current projects, So he's done with Apple, Microsoft. And the best part is, even though he's worked on smaller projects or smaller features, he showcased all that. So even if you worked on a small feature, make sure you stretch it out and make sure you show it in its complete glory. After the usual projects, one thing I really like about this is that he has used his life experiences to showcase how he is a better designer. How volleyball made me a better designer. I'm not going to read this, but an interesting read for anybody. So he's focused on everything that relates to design rather than, oh, what music I'm listening to or what book I'm reading. Kind words. So again, testimonials, guys, this is a huge point I've seen in most of these. If anything adds credibility and authority to you as a person, as a personality, make sure you have it on your website or portfolio. Again, huge claps for Jony Vino. This is one of the best portfolios I always refer to. Now, okay. All right, now we're entering legendary status. We're entering Jonathan Ive status. Jonathan Ive or Jony Ive is one of the most celebrated professional designers or industrial designers in the world. Even though I couldn't find him on LinkedIn or any of these social platforms, one place I could find a good collection of his portfolio was the Design Museum. This is a huge deal to be featured on such a website. Jonathan Ive, they've quickly given his credible stuff. Things like winner of Design Museum's inaugural Design of the Year. Jonathan Ive's innovations include the iPod, iMac, MacBook Air, iPhone, and the iPad. So everything you use except maybe AirPods and your watch, this is the big deal. They quickly get into what he's done. So there's a timeline of his journey. There is a profile of fanatically care beyond the obvious stuff. This is what he cares about, what he's done. They have a nice profile, so it's just a textual profile, nothing too interesting. He also has a nice timeline. I would like to see designers do something like this in today's time. Timeline is 1976. He was born in London, where he spends his childhood. 1985, studies design at the art at Newcastle Polytechnic. After that, he becomes a partner at Tangerine, a London-based design consultancy. So basically, his professional career in a year-based timeline. This would be really interesting for a resume, wouldn't it? And then you go on to, launch of the G4 Cube, Apple introducing the Titanium PowerBook, and he also has In Conversation. So again, just like Jony Vino, Jony Ive has also showcased his talks right here, what he says, all his quotes and everything else along those lines. This was such a treat to look at Jony Ive's little portfolio, even though it's not official, it's from another source. It was fun nevertheless. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to keep seeing such videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon. Hit the like if you like this video, and do check out Google portfolio reviews that I did just a few weeks back. You guys seem to love that. So if you missed that, make sure you check that after you check this video out. I will see you every Monday and Thursdays just like this. Same time, same place. Until next time, God bless.